It's been a bit of a wild week in the stock market, especially for high growth, richly valued stocks, and the cannabis industry was hit especially hard. But there's one stock I own that's been defying the market and going up basically every single day regardless of what else was going on. I'm talking, of course, about a little stock I started buying in late February called Valens Company. Ticker symbol VLNS on the TSX and VLNCF on the OTC. I analyzed this stock a few weeks ago on my channel, and since then it's exploded up 50%, so congrats to any of you out there who own it as well. If we take a look at the broader cannabis industry, pretty much all of these stocks have been getting crushed recently, especially the highly overvalued producers like Sundial, which is down 20% in just the last week. But even if we take a look at the last month, Valens is crushing its peers. Medipharm Labs is probably one of their closest competitors in the extraction space, and the difference in performance is stark. Labs has been absolutely decimated, down over 30% in the last month, while Valens is up 45%. I'll be comparing Valens and Medipharm more in depth in the video because I think this really helps to illustrate the bullish case for Valens and why it has outperformed other companies and will continue to do so in my opinion. Before we get into it, don't forget to like the video if you feel you get some value out of it today. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the monster rally we've seen in Valens stock as well. And of course subscribe so you don't miss out on all the great videos I've got planned. So I started buying this stock in late February to early March in the $1.70 to $1.80 range, and now less than 1 month later, the stock is trading above $2.50 Canadian. From my lowest buy at $1.66, that's up over 54%, which is a pretty insane gain in that short of a time. I certainly wasn't expecting it to move this far, this fast when I initiated my position, but regardless, since then, I've pretty much been buying shares every single day, and I've managed to get my position up to a decent 2.3% of my portfolio, currently sitting on a 28% gain overall from my average cost basis of $2.01. Keep in mind that this is just one of my accounts, the weighting on the screenshot here isn't accurate. Honestly, the stock has kind of run away from me, and I do wish I'd gone in heavier to begin with. I haven't quite been able to build up the position to what I had initially wanted, which was around 3 to 5% of my portfolio. But the crazy thing is that I think the stock is still undervalued. In my previous analysis, I said that I would keep buying the stock at anything under $2.50, which it hit last Thursday. But now that we've hit that mark, I actually plan to keep averaging in as I have been over the last month. Valens is still trading at a forward EV to revenue multiple of less than 3 and a 2023 EV to EBITDA multiple of only 6.4. Even after a 50% rally, while the broader cannabis industry has slumped, Valens is still the best value play out there in my opinion. Keep in mind also that average analyst price targets still see another 40% upside for this stock. I plan to keep buying this stock until it's at least 4% of my portfolio, whether that happens through net new capital or the share price just going up. If we get a correction, I'll be even happier to accumulate shares at even cheaper prices, and I'll probably raise my allocation. Even at current prices, my conservative price targets put this between a 55 to 133% gain over the next 3 years. Remember that this company is expected to grow almost 40% top line this year and 55% next year. This stock is a growth beast, already profitable, and they're priced like they're going out of business. There are, of course, still risks to consider. The company is small and the stock is pretty volatile. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a sharp correction. Long-term margins could also be a potential question if this space becomes more competitive over the next few years. But at this point, my main concern is that maybe I'm not actually bullish enough on this stock. The rate at which Valens has been moving has been nothing short of impressive, and I'm not just talking about the stock price. In my opinion, they have one of the smartest management teams in the industry. They saw that pure play extraction and processing companies were about to get crushed going into 2020, and they managed to pivot their entire business model in less than a year into a white labeling and manufacturing company. To give you an idea of how rapidly this company has managed to change business models, in 2019, product sales made up less than 28% of their overall revenue, with toll processing and co-packing making up the vast majority at 72%. In 2020, product sales grew to 2/3 of revenue, and as of Q4, that percentage has increased all the way to 90%. So despite their main business segment declining by 35% year over year, they still managed to grow top-line revenues an incredibly impressive 44%. Now, if we compare that to Medipharm Labs, they're projecting that it will take them until 2025 to reach the same mark of around 2/3 revenue coming from product sales. So it's going to take Medipharm 5 years to achieve what Valens managed to do in less than 1. In 2019, both these companies were primarily toll processors, meaning they simply processed and packaged raw cannabis for other companies. But if we compare their historical revenues, we can see that Medipharm has been absolutely crushed, while Valens has fared much better, and analysts expect them to keep performing much better into the future. This is because Valens moved a lot quicker than Medipharm. They foresaw the coming decline in their main revenue segment and managed to pivot the business model and keep growing. Medipharm has attempted to do the same thing, but they are lagging way behind, and in my opinion, Valens is the clear choice between these two companies and will be the long-term winner in this space. It seems like practically every day Valens is signing new deals and partnerships, and the sell-through on the products they're currently manufacturing has been great from what I've seen on the ground in stores. Just over the last few months, they've continued to expand their reach into the medical space by rolling out new products with their partner Shoppers Drug Mart, which is the largest pharmacy chain in Canada. They've acquired a major edible manufacturer, Life Technologies, and have already started producing products. Not only that, but they've also started using Life's existing connections and expanding those partnerships, which is a major benefit of the acquisition that isn't mentioned enough. Life has a lot of deals with other cannabis companies, and as time goes on, we will continue to see those companies partner up with Valens to manufacture additional products outside of edibles. They're also wrapping up construction on a brand new facility in Toronto, which will focus on manufacturing cannabis-infused beverages using their own patented emulsion technology. Valens now has 4 production facilities, each tailored to produce different cannabis products, including gourmet edibles, beverages, vapor products, oils, and more. That's over 77,000 square feet of manufacturing space and makes Valens one of the most dominant cannabis manufacturing companies in the world. Like I said, this is one of the fastest moving and most adaptable companies I've seen, not just in the cannabis industry, but really in any industry. I think it's entirely possible that analysts' future revenue expectations could be way too low if this company keeps the pedal to the metal like they have been. The upside potential in this stock is great, even if they just keep executing at a reasonable level and operating largely in Canada. But if you think about the long-term international opportunity and how many companies out there in the future will need someone to manufacture cannabis products, the total addressable market for this company is massive. Right now, they are positioning themselves as the premier manufacturer in Canada, and as the global market starts to open up, I think they have a really good shot at becoming the go-to manufacturer for the entire world. In my opinion, the management team, the intellectual property, and the innovation from Valens makes them an easy choice over Labs, even though Medipharm does appear to be pretty undervalued as well. I'm not saying Medipharm is necessarily a bad investment. In fact, it could perform pretty well over time, given the current extremely low valuation, as long as they manage to avoid going under. For me, though, I have a lot more confidence in Valens. I see their products in stores, and I see the strong sell-through, and I can't really say the same for Medipharm. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you if you made it this far in the video. Let me know your thoughts on Valens, Medipharms, and cannabis stocks in general in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. It really helps to grow a small channel like this one. And of course, subscribe for more investing content coming soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one.